Hey, this has cropped up quite a lot about SEO on websites and what tools I generally use. Now, there are loads of things out there on the internet, and you will know many of them, and there's YouTube videos and things like that. I use SEMRUSH, and people know about that. And yes, there is a premium version if you want to get the full kit of tools it gives you. But did you know that you can use SEMRUSH for free to get some very useful information to help you and your website, especially with your keywords and how you need to be tracking your information as well? I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first thing we're going to do is set up a free SEMRUSH account. Now, it's a good thing to mention that you do have your traditional plans and pricing for SEMRUSH. This is not a sponsored or an affiliate video, so there'll be no links anywhere. The only link I'm going to give you is to the next page that we're going to go to, okay? Now, if you do sign up for any of these plans and you don't want to continue after the trial 7-day period, make sure you cancel up to the 7th day. Otherwise, you will get charged and you might not want that. So if we go over here, we have the keyword magic tool page. Now, this is where you can sign up with a project, which will be a URL, and you can start to monitor and look at keywords for that website and how it's comparing to others for free forever, or as long as SEMRUSH allow you to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign up. And that's basically it. It is so simple and fluid in signing up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to projects. Now, at the moment, I don't actually have any URLs entered here. You will be limited as to how many searches and things you can do, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But what we're going to do, though, here is it says, what are my competitors? So how about I put in Elementor.com? They are not a competitor, by the way, okay? But I'm just going to add it, and I'm going to hit add domain there. And what this will now really quickly start to show me is like, look, this is how instant it is. Organic keywords, traffic, paid keywords, paid traffic, authority score. Oh, I would have expected that to be roughly 100. But hey, we'll let it go for now. Now, you will notice there was already a project here, which I've now deleted, okay, because it added it. As soon as I added in my competitor, it added that as my project. And you are only allowed to have one project, okay? So that's a competitor, but we now need to add a project. And you don't want to have your competitor as your project. Otherwise, you're not really monitoring your website. So let's click create project. And now what we can do is add in a name for our website. Now, I could put our own in, I could put someone else in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in apple.com, right? They're not me, but I'm just going to type it in. I'm going to just type in Apple as well. I'm going to do create project. Now then, so if you imagine my competitor is Elementor.com, and I've gone and put Apple as my website, or the website I'm monitoring, okay? Now, if you are doing this for clients or someone else, and you want to stick on the free model, so you're only limited to one project per account because it's completely free, you may want to use additional email accounts or your clients. That depends. That's between you and your client and your cat and your dog, okay? And how you want to do that. So we have loads of things now: position tracking, site audit, on-page SEO, backlink. Now, not all of these are going to be available to you. Okay, so I'm going to go through with them one by one. Position tracking. Let's hit setup. So this is going to say Google, will stick with that. Device will just go for desktop. Now, you will have to pick a location, so I'm going to go with United Kingdom. You can't just put the world, okay? And I'm going to leave this one blank at the moment here. And I'm going to go continue to keywords. And this is now going to say, what are the keywords that I want to kind of track? So I might go with, sorry, let me clarify this. It's already brought in some keywords for us. I'm not sure why it's got BBC News and Gmail. Let's get rid of that. Apple Watch, Apple UK. How about MacBook? And we'll also go for iPhone, which kind of makes sense, right? So we are now going to add those keywords to our campaign. This is all free. Okay, everything we're doing so far is free. And it's now going to gather the keywords for us. And 10 minutes later, okay, really sorry, but it took about 10 minutes, okay, to pull through those 5 keywords. And what we now have is position tracking for Apple. And no, I'm not going to edit that out, right? You're going to have to just live with it. So here we go. And it's kind of showing visibility. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this information on here at the moment. So this came through within 30 seconds of the 10 minutes being up when it pulled through all those keywords. Position tracking, visibility 100%. The average position is 1. We're doing pretty well on that. I mean, I don't need to click add competitors because we've already got that. You could, if you want, click it, but we've already got it within our online account thingamajig there. But this is kind of the beauty about what we've just done. We've set up for free. So it's the very first email report has come my way. Now, we do have some other information on here. If I just go over here, we have landscape, we have overview. This at the moment is showing our visibility. So over time, we will get to see if our visibility goes up or down. Rankings distribution. You can see now where we're sitting. So we're doing pretty well. We're in the top 3, the top 5, the top 20. We're everywhere. Again, that's pretty good for that keyword. In terms of tags now, this is where you're going to have to get used to the fact that as you go through, there will be certain things that it's going to say you've got to upgrade for. And I would say weigh up whether it's worth you upgrading. I would always say if you want to get the full power of SEMrush, you might want to do that. If not, you might be quite okay just kind of, I mean, look, I've just gone to pages. This is now showing me for the different pages there, what is the average position? How is it doing? What's the interest? Navigational, transactional. This is quite useful information, right? Informational. So it's giving me like literally a breakdown of the apple.com website. I have nothing to do with Apple. Let me make that clear right now. Okay, I don't have anything to do with them. So I hope Apple don't mind me doing this. Cannibalization, you would have to go and upgrade for that. Competitors. Okay, so look, this is now starting to show us some of the competitors. Now, these are a little bit weird, I have to be honest. They're not all... I was expecting Samsung to pop up on here, which it isn't, but that might be related to the keywords we've done. Right, I've gone back to projects, and I'm now, rather than looking at my website, I'm going to go to the Elementor.com one. And what we now get to see is further information about what this is pulling through. What are the top keywords that are coming through here? I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click View Details. So we just have a bit more of a fuller breakdown. And now I can see what keywords are kind of basically getting them traffic. Elementor, hello, Elementor Pro, that made sense. Elementor Editor hanging. That usually means where there's a bit of an issue with regenerate your CSS or purge your server and your cache, but that doesn't surprise me. Maybe you want to do a blog post about Elementor Editor hanging. There you go. There's your keyword for your blog post. Maybe you want to think about WooCommerce and Elementor Template. So you're going to get some pretty rich information here to help you. If I click on pages for Elementor.com, again, I'm getting, look, I mean, Elementor not loading, 1.3 thousand. That's quite a high hit rate going on there. So think this is going to potentially help you to start thinking about your blog posting or your page titles and URLs and things like that. Now, there is a load of items down here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of them one by one. The SEO dashboard, right? We already know about this. Now, you will have noticed that when I click it, you'll see the tabs and they disappear. The reason why the tabs disappear is because we've already gone and assigned a project. We do have the site audit, on-page SEO, backlink, and all of that down here. So I'm just going to double check there aren't any more. No, there aren't any more down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the site audit. So this is where now you get to basically audit your website. So we're going to say crawl the website and we're going to hit start site audit. Now remember, we are using the free version. This is going to start to bring back information basically about the site. So the site audit is done. I mean, it did take about just over a minute to do, to be honest. 100 pages have done. It says the site health is 75%. There's 83 errors, warning. Ooh, 422 warnings on Apple. What the heck is going on here? We also got an email come through as soon as that was done. And this is why I really like what this is doing. And this is completely free. So this is now telling me the same thing we got. So imagine now you're doing this. Malformed robots, Hefferlang conflict. What the heck is that? That sounds serious. 76 broken internal JavaScript and CSS files. This is pretty useful information, right? Well, not really, because we don't fully understand what it is. But let's have a look. Let's click on site health. So here's now where I'm going to start to get a bit more information about what's going on here. It says I've got 75 have issues. So let's click on that. So I'm actually going to click on apple.com now. And it's basically saying, look, here's the problems. Low text HTML, all right, uncached. The page is too short. Well, that is because it's kind of a promo page, right? But this is giving me quite a lot of information. I mean, did you ever stop to think about, did the apple.com website got broken internal JavaScript and CSS? Did that even cross your mind? Because it didn't cross my mind. I can tell you that now for sure. Now I've clicked back onto projects and I am going to go down over here to where it says Apple, click on that and just let you know that when you do that, you should be, I mean, here at the moment it's showing like, position tracking for keywords and things like that. But you do have loads of options here. So the first thing we're going to cover off is keyword magic tool. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to type in Elementor like that. And I'm actually going to change it to be United Kingdom. You could pick a different country of your choice as well. And I'm going to hit search and we'll just see what that does. That is now going to kind of give us back what we kind of already knew before in terms of the keywords. And you can just hover over them. If Myriad Pro Elementor, who does a search for Myriad Pro Elementor? Please let me know in the comments if you do. But we get quite a bit of information down here. So if you want to understand a bit more about keywords, go for that. But then you also have keyword overview. Now I'm going to type into here Elementor again. I'm going to go for United Kingdom. This is now more of an overview, right? So if I do a search on this, remember, this was the magic tool, giving us loads of keywords that are currently searched, and we can see the hit rate, how to add video background overlay. Look, there's a spike there, and then it kind of dipped down, so that might have been a one-off. Same with the Elementor editor hanging, whilst Elementor is quite consistent over there. But over here, we have Elementor, the keyword overview, sorry. And what I like about the keyword overview is when you get down to it, you get to this bit here with the questions, how to add, how to install, can't edit. Look, can't edit. This is a bit worrying. Believe me, it's not a problem if you regenerate and purge your site and your server, okay, and look after your websites. But you're getting some useful information here as well, all right? So the keyword magic tool and the keyword overview tracker is basically, in a nutshell, going to give you information about what is the trend. So is it that something like right now Myriad Pro Elementor is shot up there, but is that a one-off? Is that seasonal? What's going on there? Is there something that is consistently ranking high as well? So it's going to start to make you understand, what's in the top 10, what's happening out there. So if you go and pick a keyword which is like really low and hardly ever gets any traction, you want to be rethinking what you're doing there. Now, we do have an option down here for listing management. Maybe you want to see how you're doing in like the Google listings profile, in Yelp and TripAdvisor and maybe stuff like that. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to type in Apple. And I actually want the Apple business, which I'm not finding. So this isn't a very good start, is it? Okay, let's think of another business name then. Let's go for McDonald's. Oh dear, I'm not doing well here, am I? Let's just go for McDonald's, right? Here we go. Let's just go for this one here, McDonald's, right? And what it's now going to do is start to generate how do we sit within the directories. So we're not present. So we're present in Bing. We're in Google My Business. We're in Google Search. We're not in Instagram. We're in Yelp. We're not in Facebook. Facebook's got issues. Oh my God, Facebook's got issues. But it starts to give you an idea. And we're not doing too well on our rankings, our ratings. Oh dear. Clean up your act, everybody. But again, that link is there if you just want to get an understanding. And again, imagine you're doing analytics for your client. Wouldn't they love to know this kind of information and what's happening with them? This is very basic, though, I must add, because we're not paying for the premium version. You pay for the premium version, you're going to get loads more information, but this is a pretty good start. Now, this is a really interesting one if you want to think about what should you be putting out there on social media and things. Down here, we have SEO Content Template. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in Elementor and I'm going to we'll go for the United Kingdom. You could go down the region if you want, but we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it as desktop and we're going to hit Create Content Template. This will now start to analyze our competitors for that keyword, and hopefully in very, very soon, it's going to pull out some SEO content for us. Now, I've already identified earlier that it's pulling out like YouTube or Wikipedia and other stuff where Elementor pops up. So maybe this wasn't the greatest example for me to use. But if I just scroll down, we have got some related words. But here's where it's interesting. Can you see some of the content it's pulling out now? The wording. Don't just copy and paste the wording you have here. But this might inspire you as to what you need to be putting in your social media post. This isn't AI, content AI generation or anything. It's just telling you what are they putting out there. And you can now analyze that, paraphrase it, and start to put your own wording in together. I mean, this is completely free. Another great feature is the SEO Writing Assistant. What that will mean is if you start to pump in some content in here, and I'm going to add some. I've put in a header, and I've literally taken this off the Elementor website, by the way. Look, there it is. I've just ripped it off there. And then I've popped in an image as well. This is now saying this is really poor. 1.7 out of 10. The readability, it's kind of up there. The SEO is not too bad. The readability, but the originality and the tone of voice is just awful. So you imagine now you're writing like, say, maybe something for social media. Maybe you're just doing something like a hero banner or something. This can start to assess. I mean, this is just amazing. Okay, look how quick and easy this is. If I just take this now and I don't know, copy and paste it. That didn't really do anything. But let's just go and change it to say, create amazing, wonderful. Look, you can see it changing the score as I type. It's actually made it worse. In fact, what I did, and I even got a typo in there. I can't type. Oh my God, I can't type. Right, that didn't do anything for the score. Right, wow, I've really messed up the score now, haven't I? But do you get an idea for what this is doing? This is the SEO Writing Assistant. So again, another great way of just testing things out for free. If we go over to social media, you do also have social media poster as well. It is not a poster, by the way. What you need to do is create your profile, and you can use this to now start scheduling posts to, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and things like that. I tend to use Publisher.io. I'll be really honest with you about that. I've done videos on it. But if you wanted to connect your profiles and start posting from one area as well, and monitor the keywords, and monitor how hit rates are going and stuff like that, this isn't a bad thing to do as well for you. What if you want to analyze your backlinks or your domain authority? Great for your Google rankings, and especially when you're doing a guest post for people to take recognition or acknowledge you even. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do apple.com. So I've gone and added in some keywords there. We're going to click add. You could have just added them in here to here, to be honest. You didn't have to add them there, but that helps if you're copy and pasting from somewhere. And now we're just going to click on to competitors. And we're now just going to say add your competitors. I mean, these aren't really our competitors. I have to be honest. I don't know why it's pulling these through. But let's pretend you had changed it to Samsung and other devices and things like that. And then we click start link building. That took about just over 2 minutes. Okay, so let's see what it says. It says it's found 1,780 domain prospects. What? I didn't know we were hunting for gold here. Prospects? Right, so link building for Apple. Now, each of these prospects, you could actually start to reach out to them to get a backlinking. So if we go to this one here, The Verge, right, I'm going to hit 2 in progress. If you've got to move them into a progress list before you can actually use them. So just have a look. That's 1,780. Like, what the heck? What are you going to do with all that? Anyway, don't worry about that. Let's just go to this one here, which is The Verge, and say 2 in progress, okay? This has now been moved to our progress list, which if you scroll up here, you'll see in progress, okay? So let's just go and click in progress. And what it now says is, if you now click here, you can contact them. There's 3 emails that we could use here. I'm not going to do it, but this is massive potential for you to start connecting with people who are already kind of showcasing you. And maybe there is a backlink. I don't know. But you can now go in here, have a look at this. Like, look, if I click here, right, it's now going to open that post, literally. It shows where they've kind of got have they got a link in here for Apple? Let's just have a look. I'm not advertising them, by the way. I don't think they have. So maybe there's an opportunity here for you to create a backlink. Like, brain explosion, right? Did you even know that was possible? This, again, you're doing for free with SEMRUSH. The tools are here for you. Another thing I do want to show you, though, is the keyword gap. So this is going to have our domain on. We've just got you. I'm now going to add on Samsung.com. Let's now also go for, why don't we go for Elementor.com? Because didn't we say they were a competitor to us? They're not really. I'm just doing it for fun. And why don't we go for eBay.com as well, right? And I'm going to hit compare now. And this is where you get a bit of a problem with not using the paid version, okay? So we can only do 10 requests per day. So if you think very methodically about what you want to analyze or not, 10 requests per day is quite nice, in my opinion, because you're not going to check the same thing every day, or I'd like to think you don't. But even though, right, we are not even on the free trial, this is just a free account, It's just saying we've reached our 10 requests per day. So you come back tomorrow and you can do another request. Let me just close that down. But if we hadn't used up our 10 days, it would have then given us a bit more analysis about the keywords. Look, you're entering your competitors, you choose your different keyword types, and it's basically going to tell you, well, where is the overlap and stuff like that. That wasn't the greatest example or explanation I've given you there. This is pretty powerful information you're going to get out of here. And this is all completely free. There are loads of other tools out there. A lot of them you do have to pay for. And this isn't the easiest to understand. I'm not going to lie to you. You've got to sit there and look at it and study it and have a think about what is this showing me. But if you care about like your backlink opportunities, if you care about your keywords or phrases or what's the hit rate, what's the trends and all of that sort of stuff, this is pretty impressive. And I would definitely recommend you go away and use this, okay? I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. Leave your comments. Hated it, liked it, already using it. Let others know how it's working for you. And I'll see you.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me